And we're rolling, rolling, rolling. I got a special guest surprise for you today. Everybody, is Let's Talk About It with Minnie Fox. And today, my special guest is none other than the world-renowned Guinness Book of Records, the star, the man that walks around town and everybody goes, take your breath away. The man that everybody wants to touch and look at and reach out to and go, he takes your breath away. Can we talk about a little b-ball, a little basketball, a little Harlem Globetrotters? Yes. Can we talk a little bit about outreach in community and protecting others and teaching young people to inspire and motivate themselves? Can we talk about it? Yes. Let's talk about it with Minnie Fox. Help me welcome my very special guest, Mr. George Bell. Hey, George.
Hi,
How's it going?
Fantastic. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm so glad that you took the little time out to come visit us today.
It was my pleasure. You know what? We've been planning this, you and I, for a while. You know, I'm glad I'm able to do it.
Yes. So we're doing something a little different today. We're actually outside. So because we're outside, we got to talk about the plane and talk about the bird and talk about the little cat that might have come flying by.
I can do that.
So if you talk a little louder, then maybe the little bird and the cat will just stay away. Yes?
Hey,
Can we do that? We can do that.
We can
Yeah.
do it.
Hey, so George,
Yes.
everybody in Las Vegas and abroad, they see you, they run up to you, they in the way. The girls want to go, ooh, ooh, ooh. It's George. George. I remember seeing a young lady turn it upside down trying to get your attention just for you to look at her.
Oh, yeah.
And bigger than that, the men that think they're all tall until they get next to you, they're like, oh, I'm not so tall, am I? Right?
No, not to me. Maybe to that person they will.
Maybe to that person.
But when they get around me, you know, it's a different story.
Yes.
Yeah.
George, what I'd like to do is I want to start in the middle of your career when you were performing with the Harlem Globetrotters. Tell us what that was about.
You know, that was a fascinating moment, you know, for a young kid out of the state of Virginia, you know, and, you know, just my dream was to, as a kid growing up, just to be a broad traveler, just to see the world, you know, do things, and, you know, when you're on the yard playing, you see an airplane flying, the wall want to fly, you know, one day, want to ride a train, but the basketball dream was also there too as I got older and started learning the game. And but the most fascinating part about it, just like I said, was just traveling the world.
Traveling the world.
You know, seeing all the different cultures, meeting all the different people, you know.
And food too, huh?
Oh, yes. And the food, yes.
And the food, and the food. Tell us about two places that you would actually go back to that you went when you were on the team.
Well, you know, I enjoyed Germany.
Germany, okay.
You know, in Frankfurt and Stuttgart and Baumholden, and the places was pretty nice and interesting. And so was, I like Canada as well, too. So, I love Canada. Yeah.
I love Canada.
Yeah.
I've been to Canada.
Yes.
Yes, I had a good time in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Lovely. I mean, you know, it's just like being at home.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And were you on the side of where, you know, the Niagara Falls is in the middle? What side were you on?
Well, I've seen from both of you.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So,
They say New York is real different.
It is, because the Canadian side is much more well
Clean and pretty.
clean and kept. Yes, it is. Yeah.
How about that? George, tell us about that little boy inside of this big man.
Well,
What were you like when you were about 10 years old?
well, you know what? I was just a typical average kid, truthfully. And I never was a troublesome child. I grew up, you know, with very caring grandparents and uncles and aunts and, you know, my mom. You know, and I can't explain the way I am growing up. Nothing I was taught, it was just the way I am. You know, and I'm always a humble guy and warm-hearted and very, you know, outspoken and to an extent.
Yes.
You know, I like to be around people.
Would you say that you liked sports then? When you
Well,
were
I
about 10
did.
years old, you liked sports?
I started getting into sports then, but my first sport I kind of enjoyed. Never played it, but seen it was football.
Football?
Yes,
You played football?
That's when I became a
Were you
Dallas
as tall
Cowboys
as you
fan.
were? Now, how tall were you when you started playing football?
Well, I never played. I wanted to play during the childhood days when my uncles were playing in the city leagues. You know?
Okay.
But as I was around their age range, I was taller, so I had adjust from playing football to playing basketball.
Right.
But I always had that love for football. I love football, you know. And in fact, I had more love for football than basketball.
Okay, so who's your team?
Cowboys. America's
Cowboys.
team. That's America's team.
And who would be one of your favorite football players at the time?
Well, you know, there was numerous players that was on there. I can say today, I say Emmitt Smith.
Emmitt Smith. I like Emmitt.
Yeah.
Emmitt seemed like he was a really cool dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you know I gotta go there with you. You know I was a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh.
Yes.
I gotta do some research.
Yes, I was a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. As a matter of fact, they called me the Black Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. You know, I had the blue and white on, the little afro, my puffs and everything.
I gotta check that out.
Okay, I was on Mad TV playing the Dallas Cowboy cheerleader is what I was doing.
All right.
But it was still fun. We
It
were
was
with
still
Ed
fun.
Too Tall Jones, and they just made a whole comedy thing of it. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, I bet it was fun.
Yes.
Because I recall being a ball player, we played against some of the Cowboys players, you know, because the owner of the team, well, this other team I played was the Harlem Wizards, was owned by Marcus Haynes, in which his daughter was married to Drew Pearson.
Oh.
So we had the connection to play them a time or two for fundraisers.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
George. What was George like when he was 20? Was he a ladies' man?
No, I was in college then, but I was outgoing. I did the parties, I hung out in town. I was some of a ladies' man, but not like as I got older.
Okay. When you're older, you're a lady. We gonna go there. Don't touch no spoiler. We gonna talk about being
I was a young man
ladies'
just in
man.
school, playing basketball and had
Yes.
a big dream and wanted to continue and crew to reach that goal. And but I was a very laid back young person.
You were? What was your music then? Well,
But back then it was old school R&B.
Okay, so we had Marvin Gaye,
the Funkadelics, Marvin Gaye,
Funkadelics,
and so forth and so on. Yeah.
okay. Were you doing the bump?
With the bump, somewhat. If I'm gonna bump the shoulders.
He was bumping some shoulders.
Bump back of the head.
Bumping some shoulders, bumping the back of the head.
Yeah.
That is too funny.
Yeah.
So, George, what was it like to be the tallest kid in the classroom?
But no, that was never an issue. I never felt like I was the tallest kid for some reason.
Okay.
I never felt like I was abnormal by being the tallest student in school.
The tallest student in school?
Yes. Yes.
What?
Yes. And in middle school, there was quite a few kids that was pushing 6 feet, 5, 11, 10, or whatever. So
Yes.
I was right by myself.
Yes.
But in high school, I got beyond that 6'3", whatever. I was the only one that was really above 6'7".
Okay, 6'7".
But I never felt like it was a issue or problem or strange. I was well accepted by everybody because everybody that knew me, they knew that Joe was a very nice, quick guy.
Okay.
So I never got that outcast of behavior from folks that was like, he's 6 years, he's too tall, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you were, let's say 12th grade, I love to talk about 12th grade. I was a 12th grader once.
Right.
Yes, I was. I was a 12th grader. You believe me? Being in the 12th grade?
We all were. Those who were fortunate to graduate from high school, yes, you were.
I was in the 12th grade. I was skinny. And they called me Skinny Minnie. I was the only cheerleader, as a real cheerleader in high school.
Right.
Okay, so I did the half split.
Okay.
I was cheating.
That is not easy to do.
I was cheating.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, George, you are in Las Vegas now.
Yeah.
And you've had quite a journey.
I have.
Yes. And would you be so kind to share with us your journey when you found out that there were two people, perhaps, a little tiny bit taller than you?
Well, you know what? I discovered that before I left my home state.
Okay.
Okay. And like you stated earlier, I was one time the tallest man in America for about 3 years.
Okay.
And they gave it to this young guy out in Minnesota. He's Russian descent.
What?
And so he was raised here. And he was about that much taller than me, so they gave it to him. And by being a Guinness Book Record holder, it's nothing that you can feel that you feel great about because you're not getting paid for it. It's just some recognition.
Oh, okay.
That's all it is, just a recognition.
But you got recognition. But you
Yes.
in there.
Yes.
You in there. We're gonna talk about how tall you are just a moment. We're gonna wet our whistle a little bit because today is a beautiful, amazing day, and I have George Bell sitting next to me, the tallest man in America,
Yes.
in the United States. We won't talk about them other two because they were like a fraction. So we don't talk about them. George,
Yes.
you know I gotta get you to go there. Grab my coffee cup over there.
Yes.
Got my name on it. In Fox Talk Show, we got George sipping out my cup. What you got in there? You got tea?
Yes, I have tea. In fact, I'm not much of a coffee drinker.
I got a little coffee.
Yeah.
So what we gonna do? We're gonna do a toast. And you gonna hold it in your right hand for me. Turn it around.
Yes, it's
That way you can
right-handed.
Yeah, cause you're right-handed.
Yeah.
So we gonna hold it up for the camera here. And right here we gonna go. Cheers. It's us, George. And you know what? Today is a special day, so we got a couple little things going on. We're gonna move it over here and go. Oh, there's George. And over there, hey, there's George. Ah, George.
Yes.
I'm so excited. Tears to you and all the amazing, amazing opportunities and things that you've had in the world.
Oh, thank you.
You know, can I talk to you about something a little freaky? See, you viewers out there, y'all head went a total different way. We're talking about the freak show.
Yes.
And George performed in the freak show. Tell us what that was like with all the other opportunities to meet people such as yourselves, but they all had something unique, like the girl with the long tongue or somebody that had a crooked foot or something. Tell us about some of those people.
Well, basically what you just stated, just everybody who was involved with the freak show had something unique about themselves. Okay, and over half of them had something they were born with. Okay, that was unique. And other folks would just have to change their appearance. Okay. Now I myself, yes, I'm just like the ones who were born with a difference. So I grew up with a difference, which is being tall. And the freak show back in that time, they always had a unique tall man. Okay, so that's how I got the part for this show.
The unique tall man.
Yeah, but at the same time, I didn't like the title.
Okay.
I didn't like the
show.
title. But the title of the show is not too bad. It's the title of the people that they had given those folks who were unique during the circus time back in the
Yes.
Okay. They called them freaks.
Because they're not necessarily freaks.
They're not
They just
looking
had
normal
something
like
that was
everybody
different.
else.
Yes. Okay, I understand that.
And by me being part of the show and being told what it's all about, and I told them truthfully how I felt about the title freak, because I'm not a freak. Okay, and I don't call God's gift as a freak.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so this is something I had no control on by being taught. But at the same time, those folks who are born different with a different normal appearance, I don't think it's right to call them freaks, but that's what they called them back in that time during the circus time. They
So
called them freaks.
let's talk about the people being something super special, as you were as well. And we're gonna take the FEEEY word out and just say something super special.
Yeah.
What was one of your favorite characters or persons that were in that category with you?
Well, it was a young guy from Mexico. His name was, I forgot his last name. His first name was Larry. But they called him Wolfman. The reason why, his family had a genetic problem that their whole body was covered with hair. From the top of the head to the tip of the toes.
Wow.
And so, but he was a very down-to-earth guy. He had a great attitude, great demeanor about himself. He had no self-conscious attitude about being different like that. He knew he had a difference there as far as his appearance, but he was well-groomed, well-dressed. He get his hair cut, shaped down, trimmed down, and shaped, look very manly, but he is something that's different.
So was he more like Wolverine kind of look?
Well, no, just a man with just a fully hairy face. Face and all, neck, everything was hair.
Yes.
But it was so much of it, he had to keep it trimmed, like going to a full barbershop.
Okay. He had to get some extra,
But
extra
his
special
attitude,
clippers in there.
But his attitude was the best part that
Okay.
made me to accept him so much, because it reminded me of how I am towards my difference.
Right.
You know, and you know, and that's I said he was about the best one of the characters I met that I could consider was my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you happen to be my favorite, and we're gonna tell America over there, George Bell is my favorite.
Hey.
Super special sexual chocolate.
Hey.
That's what the girls call them. I was at the party. I saw that girl call you that. She goes, "Oh, you a tall drink of water."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Will you get let the man breathe?" And she was all over you.
And those things happen.
Yes, they do. Speaking of that, George, if you don't mind sharing with us, how did you become the tallest man in the world? What in your lifespan, in your genes as you were growing, caused you to continue to grow to be as tall as you are today?
Well, that began with a medical condition that I was developing, basically. I can't say I was born with it. And a lot of folks around the world who you happen to read about or seen on television somewhere, magazines, that's extremely tall as myself and taller, because of their body has developed this extra growth hormone, and it causes it to grow. You know, and that happens to most people if this condition develops while you're a child. Okay, so that by being a child, it makes you grow rapidly taller. But if it happens to you as an adult, you don't get no taller, but you get bigger.
You're bigger, okay.
Joints, your fingers, your face, and to get bigger. So, and I can't think of the medical term for it, but one of them is they call it gigantism. So, I was stricken with that condition growing up, and that was exactly what made me tall. My mom and dad was not tall people. My grandfather, my grandmother was not tall. Uncles were not tall. They was just average size, you know, and you know, so that's how I become as tall as I am.
Okay. So I want to do some comparisons because I feel that I'm a tall female. I'm about 5'8", but when it comes to you, I'm about 2 feet. So, George, if you don't mind, hold your hand up. I'm gonna put my hand next to your hand. Let's see. Look at this. Look at there. As that Jackie Wilson song goes, look at there, look at there, look at there. How about that? So, have you ever measured your fingers?
About
my
11.
hand, there's the palm of my hand here, and the palm of yours.
My hand about 11 inches.
Is it? I'm cheating because I got those fingernails on.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, I got the fingernails on. They didn't go over here. They gave me an extra inch or two.
Yeah.
Because I'm cheating. So, when you close hands, you were holding my hand, and then I got to go way up in there to kind of get to the... But it's there, right?
Right, it's there.
Isn't that amazing? That's amazing, George.
It is.
Yes. George, what size shoe do you wear?
19, 18, depending on the style.
Yes?
Yeah.
And you know, I don't remember wearing a 5 or 8. I wear a 10. That almost count, huh?
I guess for women, yeah.
For women? Okay.
Yeah.
What we're talking about today, let's talk about it with Minnie Fox. We are talking about the phenomenal, international George Bell, the tallest man in the world, 7'8", and I know he has another inch or two in there that he may not count because when he stands up super tall, there's that other inch or two. Because I measured you one time. I was like, you way up there, right?
Yes.
George. Now, my viewers were curious when I made the post that you were coming on the show. Right? And they were like, no, he's not that tall. That's just the picture. I don't know. He's truly that tall. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand up and you're going to get to see just how tall Mr. George Bell is. And you're going to see how short I actually become. So I'm going to stand up. Now today I wore my tallest stilettos. So I'm about 6'1" in these shoes. At least I claim 5'8" because the stilettos are tall enough, so they make me about that tall. But when George stands up, you're going to see a big difference.
Oh, yes.
George, you ready to stand up for me?
Oh, yes. Let me do just for you.
A man that truly loves a woman. That's right, ladies. You didn't get one of the men to do everything that you want them to do. You stood up for me, George.
Yes. See?
Yes,
Yes.
And you are beautiful and amazing. I'm
Yes,
going to get my
thank
hug.
you.
So
Thank you.
George stands completely up, and my head is just above his belt, right here where your chest at, right at the chest. So ladies, you can still lay your head right there. How about that? Yes, George.
Yeah.
Okay, look. So I want to do something really cool,
Mm-hmm.
really cool. I'm gonna come over here
Okay.
now. I'm gonna stand right here in front of you.
Right.
Now this is being simply protected. Yes, simply protected. And all we do is talk about the amazing things in life. The amazing things in life. When you can put yourself in position to be one that cares for others, especially our young people, and you can protect them. As my arms stretch out, George stretches out his arms. They're even longer. And when we come together as people, we find that we can protect one another, encourage, inspire, and motivate one another. George Community Outreach is called Stand Tall for Bullying, and I'm talking about protection all the way around from this tall glass of water, as the girl called him. George,
Yes.
tell us about Stand Tall for Bullying and what you are doing with the young people in Las Vegas and abroad.
Thus, this title, Stand Tall Against Bullying, doesn't mean you have to be tall to stand up against the act of bullying that's been carried on. That's for any person who happens to catch the sight of that activity being doing,
Okay.
like as a child, is just stand up and stand forward and step towards that matter and to control the issue for it. Just give a child some confidence and some security that someone there in my corner because I'm being bullied. So just anyone that can see bullying going on, just step forward and get a child some support.
Step forward and give a child support. You gotta notice the signs.
Yes.
Notice the signs.
The signs,
Let's
right.
talk about it, like maybe 3 signs real quick that a child will do if they're experiencing bullying.
Well, mainly it's the teasing.
Teasing.
Okay, and then there's a group of other peers around them laughing on them being teased.
Okay.
Okay, and that's what would be the kids who've been doing the bullying is being more physical. They're putting hands on them.
Okay.
They're knocking them down, knocking their books or whatever out of their hands. Okay, and some take it a little further. They really beat on them. Okay, and it takes them money or whatever it be. So that kind of a thing. But mainly like kids like do is tease. And that hurts more deeper than a fist in the face sometimes.
It does. Can you remember at any point in your childhood where possibly you were bullied or you felt bullied?
No, I never felt bullied as a kid coming up, but I was a bully one time.
Oh!
I'm not so proud of it.
Let me get on the camera. George, did you say that?
Yes, I was. I was in grade school, and
Yes.
this young kid I was picking on, but it was a short time being that kind of a person. But I stopped because the kid I was picking with would never fight back.
Yeah.
Not like I wanted him to fight back.
Yes.
But since he didn't stand up for himself, so I just stopped.
So your Stand Tall for Bullying is going to give you an opportunity and has given you the opportunity to talk to and work with those young people all over the world, and go to our posts and you'll see some beautiful pictures of you standing tall for bullying, your great t-shirts and your hat. We're going to do a show later on that covers your total outreach, but I just wanted to mention it because I need you out there in La La Land to be able to understand that when you have magnificence, woo, I've never had to do it like that, George. Magnificence, my brother.
Yes.
You have taken the stand to encourage and motivate others, no matter what. And it's not just about bullying, it's about the inner beauty in you.
And you just like
So with that being said, I'm going to ask you how does the tallest man in the world take a seat?
Oh, very graceful.
Very gracefully, that's right. Here we go, there we go. Very gracefully you take that seat. Wonderful. Now, George, you might be a little parched. You got a little water right there in the glass. If you want to reach there and get yourself a little bit of water.
Oh, yes.
Our viewers have been checking in, and we're so excited that you are doing so. We are bringing you magnificence of George Bell here in Las Vegas. giving him the opportunity to share his story and bring awareness to love, life, and acceptance, and why we do what we do in the industry to help others. Yes.
Yes. That's a major impact we must do, and because a lot of kids have no way of how to defend themselves and stand up for themselves, and so they need to be encouraged by the impact and input of other people.
Mm-hmm. Now, in short, there was a time in my life where I was bullied. I was in the 6th grade, and this young lady was the bully of school. Everybody was scared of her, and she chased you home and all that. Not to piggyback off your story, but just to say, because my story is a whole different thing, that I felt that young lady later in life saved my life because I was a fraidy cat. I was a fraidy cat. I would run home. I would hide. I'd leave school early just so I can avoid getting attacked or approached by the young ladies, etc. And in me doing that, it caused me to withdraw.
Yes,
Until Mom pushed me back out on the porch one day, whoosh, and I'm fighting for my life. And until this day, I still thank that young lady for bullying me because she showed me what I had inside, and that was the motivation to stand up for myself. So I stood tall for bullying.
And that carried on up to today.
It did. George, what's the future like for you? What you got going on that we all need to know about?
Well, my future is just basically like I said before, the bullying thing is a key thing I want to do more going into, get more involved in, and reach out to teach the kids, educate the kids, also the parents too. But I always still have a few dreams, that's that I never had a chance to achieve much on, but if it ever happens, just to do more on television, My experience with TV was wonderful. Not just the free show, I also was on the American Horror Stories.
Yes, I remember that. American Horror Stories.
That's something I still have and believe I can do and want to do. It's just a matter of getting that right connection.
Look at that. See that camera right there?
Yes.
See, I am George Bell, and I'm looking for the right connection.
Yes, I am George Bell, and I am looking for the right connection.
That's right. And you out there in La La Land, you heard it first here on Let's Talk About It with Minnie Fox. So what you need to do is get on the phone, call us, email us. Let's talk about it. Fox@gmail.com. Write the show. Tell us about what you love the most about Mr. George Bell. And if you're an agent out there or a manager, hey, come on, bring it on, right?
Yes, give me a call. Send me an email.
George.
Yes.
So the acting world, the entertainment, you've touched on it and you've done a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And here on our show, I always like to give my guests what I call stilettos off to you. So what that means is instead of saying break a leg or, hey, great job or whatever, I say stilettos off to you, meaning you have accomplished major components in your career, and I want to give you that opportunity to hold the stiletto, right? The only thing about it, though, you got to give your little acceptance speech or what you would do when you get this award, right? So, let me see that hand. Woo! You got the special stiletto. Look at there. Ooh, George. He got the special stiletto with the roses in it. Got the backside. Look at that. Look at that. Look at there. Look at there, right? George is like, I got this shoe in my hand. Look at it fit right in your hand, too, George. Isn't that amazing? So let's hear your acceptance speech.
Well, I just want to say thank you for this opportunity to have this moment to sit here and to hold this beautiful shoe and to be on the Miss Minnie Fox show. It's been wonderful. And I also say it's been wonderful living here in Las Vegas. And I'm looking forward to come back in the future. But of course, I had to say, I am leaving soon. But I will be back one day.
Don't leave.
Yes, I have to go.
All right, tell us why you're leaving. It's a wonderful reason why you are.
Well, I promised my daughter when I left 5 years ago that I will come back. And in the meantime, she has given me 2 additional grandchildren.
Ooh.
Which I've seen for the first time 3 weeks ago.
You just fell in love.
2 little girls, And I have 3 grandchildren, so that's the reason why I have to go home.
That's a beautiful reason to go home.
That's the best reason.
Many people don't have family.
No.
They don't have family. They're just trying to figure it out, and they're floating around out in the universe. And that's one of the reasons why we bring phenomenal people like you on the show to share your stories, to give some heartwarming encouragement to others that are out there. Yes?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yes. So, George, before we wrap down and end our segment, is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to? Because we're doing a special type of show today. Anyone you want to say hello, give some love to that may be
Well,
watching?
I just want to say hello to all my fans that have been following me for a good while, ever since I was the tallest man in America, since I was a deputy sheriff, since I was on the American Horror Story, since I was on the Freak Show, and so forth and so on. And all those whom I've met in my lifetime, every place I have lived, who came up on myself to shake my hand and gave me a smile and take a picture. I say hello.
And take a picture, shake your hand, and get a smile. I have witnessed that for myself. And the children gravitate to you like nobody's business.
Like
Mister. You know, and some of us grown people come at you too.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you swarmed. And you can't even move around. I'm like, well, y'all, I was security guard one night. I felt like your undercover bodyguard in the stilettos that I had on. I was like, excuse me.
You did. That was like what you was.
Excuse me. You know, wait your turn. They get the autograph. That wait your turn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I said, because now we get together, we got to take some pictures with us and some Sharpies. So you can just pull it out and get it over with.
But it's not, I would love to do that many times, but most folks want that picture standing by myself. So when they go home and say, I met the tallest man in America, that they cannot be denied that they did not.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. So, George, we're wrapping down. We've talked a little bit about everything, your past, present, your future, a little about your community, how big your hands are and your feet. And you happen to be one of Las Vegas' very own sharpest dressers on the strip. So, who makes your shirts and makes your pants and your suits? And when you look at the postings, you're going to see these phenomenal outfits that he wears. And for me, that would be like a complete dress. Just one of your pair of pants would go from my head down to my toes. That's a dress for me.
Well, I have a special tailor back home in the state of Virginia. A personal friend of mine has a custom clothing company, so he makes my clothes. You know. And
What's his name?
His name is Evanuel Tucker.
Evanuel Tucker, you're doing a phenomenal job out there and making sure that Mr. George Bell is completely top notch when he steps out.
He keep me on point. So,
yes.
And being a tall guy, I love to be like him because I'm an old school guy. So my era grew up dressing nice and neat. And I never wanted to be a tall man looking raggedy.
Yeah, hey.
Because
you're pretty tall.
Oh, yes, I'm very tall. So I try to look nice and neat as much as possible.
Yes. So it was really cool to do the show a little different and film outside because, you know, the patio thing is like 9 feet high and you 7'8", so I was like trying to figure how I'm going to get you in that one room right there. I'm thinking that wasn't going to work. So I'm so glad you were willing to come outside.
Oh, I love the outdoors.
Yes, isn't it beautiful?
It's beautiful today.
It was a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day. So, George, as we are closing out, we're going to say hello to some of our other guests that have chimed in. We have several different cameras going on. So we're saying hello over here, and hello over there, and hello over there.
All right.
Yes, a very special show that we're doing today, acknowledging your grace, your presence, and that big heart that you have inside all this stature.
Thank you.
So if you don't mind, reach over, get your glass there. We're going to give you our toast, our show toast. You know, y'all always have cranberry juice in my glass. I don't know what George got in his glass. I got cranberry juice. So we're going to cheers to this camera here.
Cheers.
We're going to go right here to this one. Cheers. Over bar. There you go.
All right.
And the next time you see someone that's a little different than you, acknowledge them. Because in life, that's all we simply want is to be acknowledged for who we are and to be accepted for what we are about and what we can give, yes? Okay, here, cheers, George.
Cheers.
Woo. You know I can't let you go without asking this question.
What's that?
Because my viewers, you know, they send me questions and things to make sure I ask you.
Okay.
What does the tallest man in the world desire when he goes out to a restaurant to dine, what do you eat?
Well, once again, I'm from the East Coast. I'm from the state of Virginia. I love me some seafood.
Seafood? No. Oh, so seafood, and you want to see the food, and you want to eat the seafood?
Well,
Or are we talking about lobster and shrimp and
both.
both? Okay. some red snapper, some real seafood.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I love the seafood, and I love the crabs and all.
Yeah, the crabs. Okay. And do you like to bake?
Yeah, I do. I like to bake. But, from where I'm from, we grew up eating seafood.
Okay.
Majority of it is fried, depending on what type it is.
Okay.
But, yes, grilled, fried, baked, And sushi, I can't get into.
Okay. I like sushi, but it's the California roll.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm cheating, George.
Yeah.
California roll, I'm cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Yes? Seafood.
Yes.
If you're just tuning in, it is Let's Talk About It with Minnie Fox, and today we are here with Mr. George Bell, the tallest man in America. Reach out, 7'8". Reach it out the way we did earlier, yes? Reach out, protect, serve, understand, accept, and give one another the opportunity to stand tall for bullying and to be able to feel what their greatness is.
Oh, yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes. So we're wrapping it out. You know how to connect with us. Let's talk about it with Minnie Fox. Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Subscribe. Get it in. Make sure that you send us your stories and bring us exciting, phenomenal people like Mr. George Bell. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a phenomenal show, and we'll see you real soon. Send us those stories.